Raditz has finally been stopped, and as we end the events of Dragon Ball Z, what types of things are going to change about Dragon Ball Super? We'll cover all that and more in the 7th part of What If Goku Was Immortal. Goku and Vegeta continue their training. Not too long after the events of this saga, Goku unlocks Super Saiyan 3, with Vegeta following suit at some point. Gohan isn't constantly training here, so while he was kind of keeping up before, first of all, he doesn't have Ultimate in the scenario, and second of all, there's not really a big incentive to train. But Gohan's at a much busier point in his life, and he's starting a family soon too. So I think Gohan's going to fall into the same habits that he does normally. Vegeta is pretty much at the same level where he once was. Maybe a little bit stronger due to Goku's strength being greater too, but otherwise, Goku's much stronger than normal, Vegeta's around the same, Gohan's weaker than normal, and Piccolo kind of evens out. He never merged with Nail or Kami, but he does have Evolved Kaioken, so that at least helps him keep up. I will say Piccolo's base is way weaker than normal here, but Evolved Kaioken pushes him pretty high, and he's the 3rd strongest now. He is essentially carried by this though. And when I say Vegeta's around normal, of course, he didn't have Super Saiyan 3 in Dragon Ball Super, but we'll say that his base is pretty much the same, it's just the difference is that he has Super Saiyan 3. Beerus eventually wakes up and seeks the Super Saiyan God just like normal, coming to Earth and wondering about this prophecy. Eventually he ends up fighting Goku, and he's pretty impressed with his power. Goku reveals to Beerus that he's immortal. Interesting. So even if Beerus wanted to Hakai him, he couldn't kill Goku. But he's curious, if Goku can exploit that power, maybe Beerus could push him. He can make Goku go beyond his limits. So Goku fights Beerus in Super Saiyan 3, and Beerus threatens him and his planet. He tells Goku he expects him to go all out, don't hold anything back. So naturally, Goku goes into Super Evolved Kaioken 3. The boost in power from this is massive. And remember, Goku never lost his tail here, so he could actually maintain Super Saiyan 3 pretty well. And I don't think Goku would get either version of Super Saiyan 4 by this point either, because first of all, he got Super Saiyan 3 later than normal. And in Daima, Goku was training to go beyond that, so up until recently, Super Saiyan 3 was his goal. As for GT's Super Saiyan 4, nothing would possess him to go back to trying the Grade 8 form again. He's mostly focused on Evolved Kaioken and combining that with his Super Saiyan form, so Super Evolved Kaioken 3 is his peak, and against Beerus he pushes it way beyond where it normally goes. A version of it that has no limits. Kaioken constantly tears his body apart, but his immortality counters it. It's incredibly painful and strenuous for Goku to use. Not like it's going to kill him though, but even though Evolved Kaioken is already unrestricted to some degree, he gets rid of all limits against Beerus, and it actually is able to impress Beerus a bit. The gap in power between Goku and someone like Vegeta, for example, is really huge. Even in comparison to the Goku in the normal story, it's a ridiculous difference, so Beerus is taken aback by his strength. Of course, Goku's not nearly on his level, but he admires Goku's grit. Still though, Goku's not a god. Beerus is pleased with him, and there's a bunch of good food around on Earth. Plus, no Majin Buu means he gets his pudding. But they end up asking Shenron about the Super Saiyan God, and of course, Shenron helps out like normal, and they learn of the ritual. Now, Goku doesn't really like the idea of being part of a ritual, being gifted this power when he already has his immortality. Why would he need that on top of it? Of course, he would love to work to become a Super Saiyan God, if training for it is possible. But he thinks that Vegeta might be the better choice here, and Vegeta also agrees. It's not that Vegeta doesn't want to work for his power, he definitely does. It's just that this is the perfect way for him to actually close the gap with Kakarot, and also, this evens the playing field. Kakarot gets one gift, Vegeta gets another. So the ritual's done on Vegeta, and Vegeta ends up fighting Beerus. So, when Beerus fights Vegeta, he's pleased with the power, especially because Vegeta actually has Godly Ki. But first of all, Vegeta does have a weaker base than Goku, by a pretty significant amount. And on top of that, if the difference between his form and Goku's Super Evolved Kaioken 3 isn't really that crazy, then this fight likely won't be too big of a difference for Beerus. It is really tough to figure out what the multiplier for Super Saiyan God is because, while people of course try to come up with estimates for it, there's no definite answer, no matter what anybody says. We do know that Super Saiyan God is stronger than a hypothetical Super Saiyan 3 Vegito at this point. And I've made a whole video about fusions and how the multiplier works, and how people BS the multiplier a bunch, and there's no definite multiplier. Anyways, before I go too off topic, the point is, Super Saiyan God Goku is stronger than a hypothetical Super Saiyan 3 Vegito. So based off of that alone, we know Super Saiyan God's gonna multiply someone like hundreds of thousands of times. Meanwhile, Super Saiyan 3 has a multiplier of 400 times, and if Goku's already pushing Kaioken to the thousands, that means he's buffing himself hundreds of thousands of times, if not millions of times. Super Evolved Kaioken 3 would be pretty relative to Super Saiyan God, and maybe even above it. And again, Goku's base is stronger than Vegeta's here, so first of all, damn, I didn't realize how powerful I made Goku in this scenario, but second of all, even with just Kaioken times 1,000 here or something, Vegeta's fight with Beerus would probably be less impressive than Goku's fight with Beerus. Either way, Vegeta's glad that he's found both of them. Goku promises to work for the power, and Beerus wants them to come to his planet immediately. He can only imagine. If Vegeta's that strong with Super Saiyan God, imagine what Goku will be like, especially if he combines it with the Kaioken. So, Goku and Vegeta immediately go to Beerus' planet. There's no waiting in between. Also, Frieza's army never found out about the Dragon Balls, so Resurrection F is going to be completely skipped here too. So Goku and Vegeta train with Whis for a while, and Whis finds out something pretty interesting. He tells Goku, a few years ago when Raditz was killed, Goku asked to fight him under better circumstances, and King Yemma heard this. Raditz has been reincarnated as an Earthling child. Not a Saiyan, a pure Earthling. And he's probably got some insane potential. Maybe not as much as someone like Oob, but it still is an immortal Raditz reincarnated. Now, this kid isn't immortal, but he's gonna have a lot of power. And since Boo turned into Oob, I guess we would just reverse Raditz's name here, which would be Zetidar? Or maybe we just change it to Zidtar. An anagram of Raditz. How weird for Goku. His brother is back. Kinda. And Goku's gonna actually get to fight him again someday. Of course, since he is an Earthling child, he's only a couple of years old right now. Goku's gonna have to wait a while before he could fight him, or train him even. Eventually, we get to the Universe 6 tournament. Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Krillin, and Monaka are the team. Since they don't have Boo here, and Gohan's probably still gonna be busy, Krillin's taking the spot, but it's not like that even matters, because Goku's going up first, and he's pretty much a one-man army. He feels really bad about the order being this way, because he doesn't think anyone else will have the chance to fight. He defeats Batamo, and then against Frost, Frost tries to poison him, but despite the poison not being immediately lethal, since we've seen the effects of such a small amount of this poison, I think if you get a big enough dose, it would probably be something lethal, which would be countered by his immortality. So, even though Goku only gets a small dose, his body pretty much purges it. Frost poison has no effect on Goku, and Goku defeats him. Goku wants to give Vegeta and everyone else a chance, but he can't. He also doesn't want to just bow out here. He defeats Vegeta, and even without using insults, just the change in Goku's strength here would be enough for him to just lift Vegeta and throw him out of the ring. He fights Kaba, and he'd probably give him a lesson on Super Saiyan. Goku already knows he's going to win, so he's going to at least give Kaba a chance and take this as a learning opportunity. And then Goku fights against Hit. He tries to hold back, basically giving himself a handicap and seeing what he needs to beat Hit. And this is where he finally breaks out Super Saiyan Blue. And Goku fights Hit strictly with Blue. He's able to actually outpace him here, and he finds a way to work around the time skip, but Hit could tell that Goku's holding back. He wants to see his full power, and Hit won't hold anything back either. Because Goku's immortal, he doesn't have to worry about killing him, so he could use all of his assassin techniques. It doesn't really do too much to Goku, and he warns Hit that if Hit tries to kill him, it'll just make him stronger. But fine, he's not going to hold back. Though, this will be extreme overkill. Goku powers up, utilizing Blue Kaioken, but this isn't any normal Blue Kaioken. He already has mastery over Evolved Kaioken, and by this point, especially with the earlier training, he's pretty good with Super Saiyan Blue. And it's not like he has to worry about his body exploding by combining these two powers, because, well, his immortality will help him. Goku perfectly pulls off Blue Evolved Kaioken, a level of power that even intimidates Champa and Beerus. Now, Beerus thinks that Goku's still not nearly close to his level yet, but Champa could tell that this mortal's gonna get pretty close to them pretty soon. Especially him. He knows Beerus is stronger. But now Champa's worried that some mortal's gonna surpass him really quick. Goku uses one attack against Hit, and he knocks him clean out of the ring, one-shotting him. So, Goku has a flawless victory in the tournament, and Universe 7 wins. But, naturally, they still have a spectator. Zamasu is watching the entire thing. And he still makes the wish to swap bodies with Goku. So, how's this gonna affect his immortality? Well, I think that Goku Black here will be immortal. While the original wish was made for the benefit of Goku, even with the body swap, I feel it would still remain for two reasons. For one, Super Shenron would be strong enough to keep pretty much everything intact and keep everything the same. He's swapping the soul of Zamasu and Goku here. He can make this a flawless swap, but more importantly, he knows Zamasu's intentions with the wish, and Zamasu wants that immortal Saiyan body. So even if it were to be removed from a wish like this, Zamasu's intent with the wish alone will keep it there, if that makes sense. Basically what I'm trying to say is, Zamasu gets the best of both worlds here. He gets Goku's body, and he gets to be immortal, which means he's not going to need another Zamasu to help him with his plans. That would be pointless because he's already the immortal one. But wait a second, there's no time travel here, so how does this even happen in the first place? Well, I think it's pretty simple. Zamasu still detests mortals, and he's still going to watch the tournament. And while there's no time travel specifically, he still sees mortals messing with time. I mean, look at what Hit was doing, which isn't nearly as egregious, but still, it kind of irks him. Mortals are playing God. One of them became immortal somehow. And on top of that, he's utilizing godly forms, and then he's fighting a mortal who's messing with time. Okay, so that's making Zamasu kind of skeptical, but the real thing that tips him over the edge is facing Goku in person. After seeing his tournament performance, he's curious and he asks Gowasu. Now, Gowasu knows that Zamasu has some sort of distaste towards mortals, but maybe this will help him, seeing someone like Goku. But it goes terribly. Goku isn't exactly the best person to be meeting other gods. While Zeno ended up liking him, Zeno's a lot more carefree. Zamasu expects more respect, and Goku doesn't give him that. And it's not intentional, it's just how Goku is. And Goku even asked to fight him. So the two of them fight, and Goku's power is unfathomable. Anyways, this is all enough to finally tip him over the edge, and he enacts the Zero Mortals plan, taking the immortal body of Goku. The first thing he does when swapping bodies is, naturally, killing Chi-Chi and Goten. he's going to be attacking this timeline. There's no other timeline that he has to attack. The best part is, he already knows everything about Goku. He knows how Raditz was defeated. He's not worried about a Mafuba. And he knows about the Demon Realm Dragon Balls being used to reverse Raditz's immortality, so he'll have to go after those, as well as any other Dragon Balls he could find. But in Goku Black's original timeline, he seemingly just killed Goku and his family and no one else. We don't know exactly what happened to his timeline's Earth. That's all speculation, and for all we know, he could have just killed Goku, Chi-Chi, and Goten and then left immediately. So, right now we're going to go with that assumption. Right now his kill count is those three and Gowasu. It's really weird for Goku because he actually gets to experience death for once. Of course, it's in Zamasu's body, but the fact that he actually dies here, his immortality's finally been taken away, and as he passes on to Otherworld, it gives him conflicting thoughts. You know, he's optimistic. Whatever happens next, he feels like they're going to make it through fine, and he'll be able to come back to life and get his body back. But in the event that happens, what is he going to do? Will his immortality return to him? And if it doesn't, is he going to wish for it back? Or will he live his life as a mortal from now on, like he should have in the first place? There's more pressing issues right now, but still, it's worth thinking about for him. So, after killing these people, Goku Black goes right to the sacred world of Kai in Universe 7, getting ready to kill Shin. Unfortunately for Goku Black, though, he didn't move fast enough. Right when he's about to kill Shin, at the very last moment, a hand grabs his arm. It's Beerus. He got there just in the nick of time. It's just him and Whis. Vegeta's also on Earth just like Goku was. He tries to erase Goku Black, wishing him farewell, calling him Zamasu as he does so. The reason he's here in the first place is because Whis found out what happened on Earth pretty quickly, and, I mean, Zamasu's dead body's right there. They know he's responsible for this, and they can kind of assume what happened. But after his erasure, Goku Black just regenerates, so it looks like the immortality carried over to him, too. It makes sense. After all, Goku did die. It looks like he's gonna have issues killing Shin right now, but that won't stop him from going to other universes. Thankfully, he's faster than their travel. Sure, Whis could travel pretty quickly, but as a Kai, he could teleport instantly. So, he randomly selects another universe, going right there. Whis sends out a warning to the other gods, but it might already be too late. They don't know how fast he's going to work with the other Kai. And before he left, Goku Black made a promise to Beerus. He says that he's going to grow stronger than even him. He won't need to kill the Supreme Kai of each universe to kill the gods of destruction. He'll be able to personally kill the destroyers. Beerus realizes that this might be a pretty bad situation, so, for once, he's going to have to be more proactive. Otherwise, Zeno might just erase everything. Luckily, it seems like Earth is still intact, so he goes right there, paying Vegeta a visit. Goku Black goes around killing the other gods, and once he's done with this, he'll be sure to destroy all the Dragon Balls too. And with that, we'll leave off here for now. What'd you guys think about this part? What's going to happen next? Leave your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help out the channel. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.